What up, YouTube? So, as if I don't have enough projects going on, which got heavy excavation going on back here, let me show you another project that I've decided to take on, which I'm pretty excited about. This is the Tinny. It had a name when I first got it, which was Snorky. I didn't really know what Snorky was, so I had to Google it. Apparently it was some gangster try-hard name. So I took to it with a Brumby, like a strip disc, because it had heaps of stickers and stuff on it. And I just really wanted to tidy it up. It's a 12-footer. As you can see, a really cool thing is it's got forward control, so steering and throttle, and it's all in pretty good nick. It's got an 18 horsepower, 2-stroke, which I'm just having a look at now to see what it's like. It's on a bit of a busted ass trailer, although I did tow it back about 40 minutes and it tows really well, and I'm pretty sure it's been well maintained. Actually, I've never had these, I haven't had these off, but I'm guessing, yeah, see, fresh grease. I reckon it's had signs of being looked after anyway. Put some new spark plugs in and go take it out for a run, see what it goes like. That's after I paint it though. As you can see, as I was saying, took to it with a strip disc and took everything back. Had a little ding there, and I don't know, I'm just a bit fussy. I could have just left it as it was, really, just changed the name, but yeah, just decided to freshen it up a bit. So I've got a can of paint. I'm going to roll it. I've already sprayed the etch primer, and I sprayed some high build primer on it, and yeah, I'm going to give that all a sand back, roll it. I'm going to roll it, clear coat it, and then I'm really hoping the buffer comes into its own when trying to bring a shine to it. But anyway, the plugs on that, not too bad, despite their outward appearance. We've been pretty corroded in that. The inner workings seem alright. They're not burnt. They're not. Looks like it's getting a good mix. So hopefully the carbs are alright. And I'll keep these as spares. There's a little sticker inside the housing here, which is the right part number, but it says 1mm gap, and that looks like it's bigger than a mil. So I'm just gonna take this back out again. Check this now. So yeah, so it's a bit tight. It's probably 0.9. So I'll just at least now we're at 1mm. Better to be in manufacturer specs than not, especially when you're bobbing out on the water after you fucking can't get your boat started and you start thinking, oh, what did I do wrong? Oh shit. To be honest, I haven't had the best track record with 2-strokes, so I need all the luck I can get. Normally it's fighting the lawnmower, you know, and you do all the checks and it's fucking got spark and it's got fuel and it still won't start. You're like, what the hell? Is it flooded? And you air it out and it still won't start. Anywho, this is going to be my lucky boat, so hopefully we give it some good juju at the start. And should look after us on the water. So for me, this dinghy is going to be about cheap fun. So don't know if you can see here, but there's a crack in the housing of the top of the motor. So I'm just going to chuck some glue on that. I could just buy a whole new housing, but man, if I put some glue on that, she'll hold up. It's only just it's fractured but not fully broken, so let's glue that up and should be right. Well, you can't just show YouTube all your successes, so come and have a look at one of my failures. This is the paint. I painted the dinghy basically. It was just supposed to be metallic silver, and well, it's been drying for 3 days, and just have a look at this. So if I just push here, you can see it's like it's wet but underneath. I used a proper aluminium primer, some high build primer as well, and then yeah, painted it, and then in the hope of wet sanding it. But as you can see, I've started wet sanding it, but it's still like this. It's still like wet underneath. So I don't know. If you know your paint, tell me what's happened. If you know what's going on with it, because I don't know. Basically, I've given up on this paint now. So back to the drawing board. So the whole painting the boat thing, it just didn't pan out. As I showed you, the paint wasn't dry, so I ended up just getting a Brumby strip disc and just skimming it all back to aluminium, which doesn't look awesome, but I just can't be bothered going through it all again, painting it and sanding it hours and hours, and then yeah, just I don't know. Keep it simple. So I've skimmed it all back. I'm just gonna cut a little hole in the back of the dinghy, fit one of these, so I can troll a lure around, which I wouldn't mind doing. How good does that look? It's even got the little bar, if you can see through there, at the bottom to stop the rod from rotating, which is pretty handy. It's not a bad looking unit. What have we got? Transducer on the left, power on the right, both 4-pin standard plugs. A little bit heavy. Heavy is reliable. Like it. So I'm completely over-engineering the fish finder mount, but at least it'll be strong. I got these pieces of alley here, made like a, I don't know what I've made. I'm just experimenting. My theory is that this screws in nicely, and then I'll just weld a flat piece of plate on here, and then the fish finder will sit like that. But we'll see. So that's pretty much it. Just still a bit hot. Just put a couple of tacks on the back of that. But that's the finder. Just pole mounted, and then this thing screws into it. I ended up welding a bit of threaders on here as well. That's going to be for my camera mount, which should be good to get a bit of footage for you. Now I just got to wire that up, put the transducer on, and work out a battery for the dinghy, and then I'll show you the finished product. So of course, in the fading light, everything's finished. I'm super keen to get this out on the water to test the new sounder. But for now, anyway, I've got it hooked up to my battery box. If you haven't seen that, it's another video where I made that from scratch. It's pretty good. It's got a lot of amp hours in it at the moment, and I could put even more if I changed it to lithium, but anyway. And I'm just mucking around. I guess it's not really complete until that's off. But yeah, everything's going on it pretty sweet. Finished mounting that. So it's pretty tidy. I just need to change the angle of it. So I'll get a spanner on that and just click it up one more to get it parallel with the hull, and then just a matter of going out and testing it. So that's the install anyway. Looks a bit messy. I've still got some cable tying to do to get all this looking a bit neater, and I'm not sure really where this battery box belongs. Probably under there, but that's okay. The cable isn't fixed yet, so anyway, yeah, sweet. So it's glass out there. I'll post a photo up, but yeah, flat as. So had some bait in the freezer. It's all last minute. I'm just going to go out and see how it goes. See how the whole new setup goes with the fish finder and that. I've done. Haven't even made the mount for the battery yet. I just strapped it down. I'm just in a hurry. Too keen, I guess. Oh, got something. Come up. Ooh, Skippy. Skippy. That's all you can see, camera. There's too much stuff in the way. We're only a couple of miles out offshore. Got a beautiful sunrise coming up. And got 2 rods in the water, just muleys, a little bit of squid. And I've got my little deckhand here behind me. And yeah, it's been a bit of a fishing drought. Haven't really caught much lately, but today we've got 2 already. We got up at the crack of dawn to get out here. And I'll show you a better picture later, but I don't know if we can see them. We've got a couple of fish there. Nothing massive, but enough to eat, so we'll keep going, see how we go. Oh, I'm on. Yeah! It's a good one, Hannah. Oh my god! We have a snapper, boys. Ew! Hang on. If we're lucky, you'll be 50. I don't think you'll be 50. I need to measure him. 48 centimetres. But they're around, that's a good sign. This one's going back, try and get a big one. Yeah, this one's nothing big. That's another snapper, but a baby one. No, gotta be 50 though. Pass me a rag, please. That rag there, good boy. Oh, he gingerly took that one. He took it real slow. And nice looking fish. Definitely not 50 centimetres long. So back he goes. So I'm running a sliding snell rig. Basically you snell your 2 hooks, but on the top one you snell it. Wind the ankle. If you get it. Nah, you've lost it enough. Yeah, so the top hook can slide on the tube, which is pretty handy. Depending, sometimes you pull out a length of ockie or squid, or your muleys are varying size. So with this one, you can just slide the top hook to where you want, just like that, and then you're all good to go. Wind it in, love. You might have lost your bait. Snapped me off. I can tell. Yeah. So I had a big bite. It's taken the whole hook and everything. So I'll chuck another rig on and have another go. That means there's a big snapper around. Let it sink down long. It's unfortunate I didn't make up a second snell rig, so I'll run some gang hooks anyway. Gang hooks would be better for the muleys anyway, but get this back in the water. I've just switched to 80-pound line. That leader, the last leader, I had 50-pound leader on and it just bit through it, so go again. Get a mouthful of these hooks, a snapper. So things are quieting down. We're in 9-10 metres of water. Tried a couple of spots now. Only getting really small bites, so might be nearly time to pack up. $49. Hey. See you at home, mate. That was pretty fun. In total we got two 49cm snappers, which I had to put back. A big snapper that just snapped me off the line, and two skipjack trevally that they're keepers. They're nice pan size. But yeah, good run with the boat. Got out a bit earlier this time, which I felt added to the reason why we're getting so many bites and that. So definitely be getting up earlier, I think, from now on. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll keep doing small videos as I do more mods to the Tinny. Subscribe if you want to. Thanks.